Hi everyone, I'm Angelica, and today I have a treat for you if you are a big fan of Friends, as I am. So, back maybe 5, 6 months ago was when I was watching the show, I was kind of binge watching some old episodes, and I started to be visited by Matthew Perry. Okay, Chandler Bing, right? He plays a character of Chandler Bing on Friends. And now I looked up when he passed away, and it was October of 2023. So, interestingly, so he's come to me a few times, here and there, in my dreams and during my meditation, or just at random moments that I feel his presence. And yesterday, my spirit guides told me that Matthew Perry wants to channel a message through me, wants me to channel some information for you all. And so I've decided I'm going to structure it today, asking, just a few brief questions. And I do believe in evidential mediumship, where I do ask for some information, maybe to show me some objects or something like that, to show for whoever may be listening and can validate any of that, it shows that I'm not speaking to some random spirit out there. So another thing that I've become aware of is that Matthew Perry is part of the angelic realm, and as am I, and that about 30% of humans incarnated in the current moment are from the angelic realm, and that he and I do have some sort of soul contract. And I can tell you this much, that I am a big fan of comedy, and I just thought he was hilarious. So I was a big fan of him, and I thought, well, he's just coming to me because I'm watching the show. But no, even after I stopped watching the show, I'd see him now and then. So anyway, so we're gonna have a brief chat. Let's see how that goes. Okay. I'm asking Matthew Perry to come in now. Ask my guides to be present, who may help to facilitate and just set the right environment. Okay, so first I'm going to ask Matthew. Oh, excuse me, that was my alarm. Talk about breaking the momentum here. Okay, I'm going to ask him to share 3 objects with me. Okay. The first one he's showing me is a red pen, like a red, very bulbousy pen. It might be like those calligraphy type pens, and it has a golden stripe on one side, and there's something, an encryption in it, for someone special, he says. Okay, that's the first item. Okay, what is that second item? Okay, this item is like a dog, like a schnauzer dog, but I see different versions of it. I see like a metal version of it, and then I see like a poofy brown version of it. And you know, I say schnauzer because that's the image that comes to me, but you know, it could be one of those dogs that have like the very square, like the goatee, the very like square front, you know. Okay. And the third item. Okay, not necessarily an item again, but it's like a little pond, like a little koi pond, and it has um, um, green little, you know, um, patty leaves on it. Um, it's not big, it's just small, like it could be in somebody's backyard. Huh, okay. Those were your three items. Okay, so let me get to the questions. Okay, so now the questions I had in mind. All right. I've asked that he share something about his true love. So I'm going to channel this. Oh, Angelica, he's saying, my true love. She was bubbly, Sprite, a Spitfire, and another angel. She was there. Wow, I'm emotional. She was there for me in my darkest time. And in my happiest times, celebrating my wins, my losses. And never gave up on me. She made me feel okay about the oddest things, and he's like showing me his teeth. Made me feel comfortable in my own skin, and was the inspiration behind my best performances. And all while her own star shined brightly. She had loving eyes. Showing me the ocean and the night stars. She was my reason for living. Okay. All right. Okay, my other question. Okay, about his best friend. So tell me Tell me about your best friend. A bro. Like, he's showing me a bro, just rugged. He said he had a belly and a hat. Knew how to have a good time. And had an incredible emotional awareness. Um, I'm being shown someone that I know, and I don't know how he's comparing them as like a someone that could be a priest or a deacon, just spiritually pure, like a golden heart. He's saying. Um, he owes him the world. And he was there with him in his final days, is what I'm getting. Okay. Okay. The other person I'm going to ask about is his mom. Okay. His mom was the opposite of the mom he had on the show, he says. She was just ever so caring, loving, they were very close. And she keeps a drawer full of his things, still in his childhood room. She would attend his auditions and be a fervent supporter. And she was a fighter. I get that she was fighting an illness, or is, like, has overcome a number of illnesses, which I don't believe I should be sharing, so I'm not going into what she has or has had. And his message is really just that he loves all of these people that we've talked about so far, and all his family and friends, and this is a good time to segue into what regrets he may have had, and what a general message he has to his family, loved ones, fans. He lived one day at a time, took nothing for granted, enjoyed every moment, like every human. Didn't find the proper outlet for the energy, for the thirst, for the longings he had. And could he go back, he would instead walk through waterfalls, go see the aurora borealis, he's saying pet more animals. Find those things that nature freely gives to us all, rather than succumbing to the vices that are so easily offered to us at the street corner, at your doctor's office. That humanity has normalized, but it is far from normal. These are numbing agents. And whatever you're numbing, once that thing has worn off, you're left to sit with that again. And it will only, I see it floating away, dissipate when you get to the root of the matter. And he wishes he did this. Again, just looking for those solutions in nature, in being present. And that's why he's saying, in terms of petting the animals and just enjoying the night sky, just, being in your looking lovingly into your loved one's eyes, just enjoying those moments and being ever present, living life now, is what he wishes he had done instead. So, okay. Yeah, that's a really beautiful message. I think a lot of us struggle with addiction, whether that's alcohol, everything from cannabis to prescription, meds, you name it, food. We all have, many of us have struggled with that, and we've all kind of picked our poison. And I'm glad he spoke to that. Okay, well, I leave you with that. Thank you, Matthew. I'm going to debrief with him a little later with my guides. But okay, yeah. Anyway, again, that is a kind of derail from what I normally channel. But again, a big fan of comedy, and there's a reason why he and I were meant to connect today. So thank you all for tuning in. Hope you enjoyed that.